she wrote the book on fun, and now she's got a follow-up, Chase the Fun, 100 Days to Discover Fun Right Where You Are. She also hosts the delightful podcast, That Sounds Fun, and she could spark joy in a rainstorm. Annie F. Downs, welcome back to Spirit 105.3. You're the most fun person I know, and it's so good having you here.
You're the kindest. I'm so glad to get to chat with you today, too.
Okay, I can't wait to talk about how fun is absolutely essential. But first, I have to ask you about resting hard and your summer Sabbath. Why do you do that?
Oh, my gosh. Okay, listen, for starters, everybody needs to slow down in the summer, I think. I think it really matters that everybody kind of take a breather. But particularly for me this summer, I mean, I'll tell you the truth is that I knew going into the summer that there was some sadness in my summer, too, some family stuff going on and some real, grieving. And so I thought, well, I want to balance that with really planning some intentional fun. And so I was like, okay, let's plan the best summer ever, knowing in my mind that it would also be sad. And so I just went for it. I was like, okay, what concerts are coming to Nashville? What places have I wanted to see? I got an inflatable kayak. I mean, just kind of some random fun things. And rest really matters. I was actually just talking to Tony Dungy, and he was saying how his teams always rested on the Saturday before the big game.
Wow.
I thought, man, there is something for us in that, right? You don't have to rest when it's done. We should rest going towards something.
Okay, you're amazing. And how was the inflatable kayak?
Oh, my gosh, I love it so much. Now, you know this will not surprise you at all, Erica, but the first time I got in, I just, blew it up and put it in the water and jumped in. And I was like, Annie, you should have done this on land so you could, see how it fits and how it works. So the more I do it, the better I'm getting at it. But it was really fun.
Your joy is infectious. Why is fun essential to us?
Well, you know what's true is really for all of us, every single person prioritizes what makes them the most healthy, right? Or what makes them the most happy. And sometimes those are in competition, right?
Yes.
But we all make time to sleep. We all make time to eat. We all make time to move our bodies. We all go to work. I mean, everybody does the thing that is I even think about counseling and about going to church on Sundays and all these things that I do that I'm in order to stay my best Annie, then I need to be in all these things. And I actually think fun is one of those disciplines that matters that much.
Wow.
That we really jump in and say to people hey, not only do you need to be caring about your spirit, soul, and your body in ways that are helping you grow and mature, but are you also relaxing? Are you also resting? Are you also having fun? Because that really is going to lead to vulnerability and connection and all these things that we really need.
Yes, it opens the door to all of those good things. Now, your book is a 100-day journey, so I'm hopeful, fingers and toes crossed, I could be more fun by Christmas. Is that possible?
I mean, that's the promise I will make you. If we put our minds to anything for 100 days, it's going to change your life, right? Whether it's how you eat or whether it's the books you're going to read or going on walks, whatever you do for 100 days, you'll be different at the end. So if you will start this journey of Chase the Fun on day one and go through to day 100, your life will be different. I don't know how. I bet it'll be more fun, but I bet you'll have a hobby that you love, and I bet you'll have more space in your calendar than you realize.
Oh, I'm believing that. Annie, who taught you the art of fun?
Oh, my gosh, that is such a great question. My dad's really fun. My dad is always up for experiences. And so that probably he is who comes to my mind first. But it also, I'll tell you the whole truth, it's kind of in me.
Wow.
I just love talking about fun. And I think it's one of the gifts from God is that we can all kind of look at our lives and go hey, what matters to me that may not matter to everyone else? Because if you can find that thing, I think that's part of our purpose on earth of how to lead other people toward God and toward their best selves. It's well, what matters to me that doesn't matter to other people? Because maybe I'm supposed to lead there.
Yes. So good. Okay, I hear you actually shoot off confetti to celebrate a birthday. Now, see, that's so simple, but it's so wonderful.
Oh, Erica, listen, I need you to know that I have confetti in my purse. I have a confetti popper in my car. They're tiny. They don't take up any space, and you never know when you're going to need it. And so I shoot off confetti anytime. Doing one of those little poppers, they're just so fun, and people are surprised. So if it's someone else's birthday or if something goes great, you better believe we're shooting off a little bit of confetti. It takes about 4 minutes to clean it up. Now, it isn't no cleanup. It is cleanup. But
sure.
Okay, I'll clean up a little bit. No big deal.
Burn some calories, right?
Yes.
Well, your confetti thing got me thinking about half birthdays. We do this thing with babies.
Yeah.
Happy 6 months, happy 9 months. Shouldn't we do that as grown-ups too? Celebrate the half birthday?
Oh, my gosh, we should celebrate as much as we can. So, yes, celebrating your half birthday, celebrating a favorite memory from your childhood and doing it again. I am all for celebrating. I think for as much as the world hands us opportunities to grieve and to suffer, and we need to do that well. I mean, I'm not playing Pollyanna where there isn't sadness and hard things going on in our lives. I think the truer answer is, can we hold the joy and the suffering together, right? And so can we find things to celebrate in the middle of a hard season? Or maybe this year is the year that everyone needs to celebrate half birthdays because your family's really going through something. Like, yeah, those are tools in our fun tool belt that we can use anytime.
Love it. Okay, Annie, we love asking our friends who come on the show if they have a miracle story. We started this thing. It's called Miracle Monday. And it can be big, it can be small, it can be medium, something that God did in your life that you just love to celebrate.
So I've been off work for a couple of weeks, and I've only been back a couple of days. And I'll tell you, when we sat around our staff meeting yesterday, I looked around and I thought, this is a miracle that we get to work with these people. And so that's the one that's most forward on my mind, is going like, man, I dreamed up getting to write books someday a decade and a half ago, and God saw this. Now, it hasn't come without its bumps and bruises, of course, right? All the best things cost us a little something. I was actually looking at my prayer list yesterday, and I was like, are you sure you want to ask God for all of this? Because all of this comes at a cost.
Yes,
Like every good yes is a lot of no's, right? And so even when I look at miracles, I go, yeah, those miracles that God puts in our lives, whether it's people, places, or things, you go like, man, that miracle he's offering us is also a sacrifice for me or for someone else. And so I'm paying attention to both of those and going like, man, my friends who work with me are sacrificing working somewhere else so they can be a part of the vision and the mission we have here. And it's just a total miracle.
Oh, that's wonderful. Annie, my daughter is one of your biggest fans, and she is really struggling with her singleness right now. And she feels very lonely, and it hurts me as a mom to see it. Do you have a word of encouragement for Hannah, for anybody that is struggling with it? I know some people are fine, but for those who are struggling.
Well, you know, the truth is everybody wants something that they don't have.
Yes.
Right? Like if we had time to ask every one of our friends listening, like, what's the thing you want that you don't have? Everyone has an answer. Because when you get the thing that you want, suddenly there's something else you want.
Yes.
And so whether it's singleness or children or a different job or a different city or even just a friend, if you're in a place where you want something that you don't have, my biggest encouragement is, could you today fall in love with the life that you do have?
Yes.
Is there a way to fall a little bit in love with the life that you do have today in a new way? I was even talking to someone today going, you know, it's actually a real gift that I'm not married yet because I get to make these choices with my finances that I don't have to run by anybody else.
Yes.
Right? And so today I fell a little more in love with the life I have because I'm able to be generous and do some fun things for myself and for other people that I may not get to do when my husband and I are making budget decisions together.
Hello, inflatable kayak.
Right, exactly. And so to Hannah and to all of our friends that are listening that are in a place of waiting, I would tell you there's a way to wait well. And one of the ways we wait well is to love what we already have.
Amazing. Annie F. Downs, author of Chase the Fun, 100 Days to Discover Fun Right Where You Are. It has a ribbon marker. She's wonderful. Thank you, Annie.
Oh, thanks for having me. I'm so glad to get to talk to you.